Hey, well, welcome to the channel. In the last video that I did, we pretty much ended it right here on the northeast corner of the moat, and I figured I'd continue this video from here, and we'll start walking around the corner and walk to the west. It's really a nice day today. It's about 32 degrees Celsius. We've got a nice cloud base. It's not real hot. Just pretty nice. We've had a lot of rain, mainly during the night and early mornings, but during the day it's not too bad. You know, you can get out, move around, and do the things that you want to do. But anyway, I want to thank everybody that's joined the channel, and I really appreciate all the comments that I got on my last video. That video was really kind of close to my heart, and something that I really wanted to tell, and I want to thank everybody that left all the good comments. But today I'm going to tell you a story about a couple that met back in 2014. It's really kind of a horrible story, but you know, it is what it is. Back in about 2014, a 51-year-old British guy comes over to Pattaya, and I'm not going to use any names on this, and I'm not going to show any pictures, but in the description I will leave the links to the articles that I read. If you want to look at the pictures and dig deeper into it, you know, that's up to you. I'm not going to do that. Like I said, I'll put the information there, and you can see it. But he meets this girl, and they strike up a relationship and get married. And not too long after they get married, they have a set of twins, and just carry on with life down there, I guess. And he was 51, and I'm figuring, well, yeah, 51 when this occurred, but there was a 22-year age difference in their ages, and she was very, very attractive, took care of herself, and she actually had a Facebook page that she was a fitness and nutrition influencer, and very successful, had like 28,000 followers on her channel. And on her channel, she'd talk about her family and talk about her kids, post pictures of her kids, and just about life more than anything else. And I think by about 2017, I think things started getting a little bit crazy from what the article said and what I looked. Her Facebook page is still up, and I looked through that a little bit, and there's a comment of why she didn't post any pictures of her husband. And according to the article, her response was, well, he's more interested in being at the bar and staying at the bar than he is in the family. So it's obvious that things were not going as planned. And really in an early marriage like that, when you've got twins, one child is a lot of work, but when you take two of them, it just kind of doubles everything. And she probably was not getting much assistance from him, and he was spending most of his time in the bar and drinking, and probably, things just weren't getting good. Well, in 2018, during Songkran, they leave Pattaya and they go to her parents' house in Isan. And a lot of families do that. They'll go to the family's house during Songkran and celebrate. And it's kind of a time when Thai families get together, and they eat, they drink, they party, they throw water on each other, and they just basically have a good time. Lek will usually go to her family's house, during Songkran. And her brothers and sisters will come, and their families, and they all, you know, just have a great time. Well, you know, it really doesn't get into, the articles don't really get into the meat and potatoes of their relationship, other than, you know, the few posts that were on Facebook that she was saying that he really wasn't interested in the family. A lot of people out moving around. They've drained the water in the moat now. I'm going to get out here and I'm going to use the crosswalk just to be on the safe side. But from what the article said, after they had partied all day, and I think we'll walk around the outside this time on this little part. There's some neat little shops around here. After they had partied all day, and most of the time, I would venture to say from reading the article, probably the twins were with them, but more than likely, this particular night, they were probably with the grandparents. And I'm guessing on this, I'm making an assumption based on what I know about how things are. More than likely, the two of them were staying at a different part of the house or the different place on the property. It's really kind of hard to tell, because I don't think what happened could have happened without anybody within 50 or 60 feet knowing what was going on and stopping it. But anyway, after the party's over, they go back to wherever they're staying, and I guess they continue drinking from what the article says, and go to bed. Well, the husband decides that he wants to have sex, and apparently she just wasn't in the mood for it, and he starts accusing her of having an affair, and probably in a drunken state, just going nuts, you know, going crazy. But anyway, they end up getting in a fight, and he kicks her in the side, kicks her in the face, and just brutally beats her. Anyway, she gets out of the room and collapses in front of the wherever they were staying outside. And all he does is go out and throw something over her body and goes back in and goes to sleep. Next thing you know, he's being woken up, and she's laying out there in front of where they're sleeping, where they were staying. She's dead. He's killed her. And they call the police, and police come, and he basically tells, you know, the cops that he didn't mean to do it. They just got in a fight, and he accidentally killed her, and all that. Well, you can be as sorry as you want, and you can say anything you want. You're still guilty of murder. And you know, I think, in all honesty, you know, we gripe about all the things we have to do to, you know, to obtain a visa here and remain in the country. But I'm beginning to think they need to have some type of psychology test that you have to take before you get a visa to come here, because it's, you know, the more I look, the more I see that some of the crazy stuff that the foreigners do here. And excuse me, I'm beginning to think that we're lucky that they even let us come here. You know, with all the crap that goes on and the stuff that the foreigners are doing, you know, I'm sure it's that way all around the world, and I'm living here, so I'm seeing it. But you know, it's just crazy. You know, I can't fathom being abusive enough to kill the person that you married. I just, you know, and not only that, you've got 2 kids. you know, the mother, your 2 children. I can't imagine what kind of rage could create such, you know, such a thing like that. But it happened, and you know, I feel sorry for these 2 kids. They're going to grow up with no parents. They arrest him, and he goes to prison, awaiting trial. And really, I don't know what kind of a trial he expected. You know, it just, he's guilty, and you know, they should have just sentenced him. But anyway, he's waiting the trial, and lo and behold, they find him dead inside the prison, next to a building. And he's alive when they get there, but they take him to the hospital. He dies at the hospital. The article doesn't say whether somebody pushed him, whether he jumped, or whatever. They said there was going to be an inquiry to it, and you know, the authorities were in touch with the family or whatever in the British consulate. But as in everything else that gets reported here, once it gets reported the first time, you never hear anything else about it. So I was not able to find any type of article as to, you know, what the cause of death, his death was. You know, if somebody pushed him, somebody needs to buy the guy a beer. If he jumped, well, that's just a chicken's way out. But you know, who knows? But anyway, he's not here anymore. But the sad part about it is those kids will not be raised by their parents, and my guess is probably the grandparents or an aunt or an uncle, or you know, one of the family members here will be raising the kids. But it's a sad story, and you know, I used to drink, you know, back in my teenage days. I drank, and you know, I think I stopped drinking about when I was 22, 23 years old, other than a few times that I indulged. Since then, I can't ever remember being, you know, feeling like that, you know, feeling that I'd want to hurt somebody. You know, I don't know. I don't know what gets into people. You know, it's kind of, it's just beyond my imagination. Now, I've seen a lot of it. You know, my years as a cop, I saw a lot of rage by drunks, and but I never could understand it. You know, I don't know. It's got to be a thing inside their head, a gene, or some kind of disorder that they have. There's a really cool temple back in there. If you ever come, it's well worth a walk through. If I thought I could get across the street, I'd take you back in there. I think I can. And then there's a bread place over here where they had that bread that they stuff. It's right there where you see that silver thing over the top. Right there. Got some really great bread. It used to be 20 baht. I don't know how much it is now. Maybe we'll see on the way out. I'm going to go across the street here. I'll walk you through this temple. But you know, I don't know. It just floored me when I read the article. You know, there were a lot of comments after they found out he was dead that people put up "Farang dead, hooray!" You know, and hey, you reap what you sow. Yeah, this is really pretty. I will. I'll put the coordinates to this also in the description. I know I've walked through here before, but probably some of y'all haven't seen it. Hey, there's a decked out tuk-tuk. It's seen its better day. Yeah, this is really pretty. Wow, look at the size of that gong. Yeah, we'll walk up here. I think I will take my shoes off right here. Ground doesn't seem to be that hot. I don't think I walked up here last time. Because I believe I remember these steps. Wow. Pretty cool. You can see Deutsche Tip off in the background. Well, let's head back down. There's all kinds of houses and apartments back in here too. That one over there looks abandoned. Might be something to scope out one day. I got back in one of these roads back here over to the right on a motorcycle one day, and I had the worst pack of dogs chase me. So I've not been back since. I was afraid I was going to get ate up. Well, I'm going to shut this off till after I've got my shoes on. Well, we're going to exit out the side of the temple. Let's see if I can get up the steps here. Show you inside. Yeah, we'll go up. Take my shoes off again. I hate to pass one of these places without showing you the insides, because they're all so beautiful. I have to go real slow. The artwork inside these places are just amazing. It's really beautiful. Well, let's get out of here and get back out on the street. Kind of curious to see what this empty building is. There's a gecko next to my shoe. There you go, buddy. Yeah, we'll go out here and go to the right. And, well, I think we'll go to the right. No, we're going to have to walk. Oh, this is a school. That's what it is. That's why it's empty. All right, I'm going to walk out the same way I came in. All right, there's a little restaurant. You can get you something to eat if you come down here. It smells good. And these are some of the alleyways in between the buildings here. I want to walk out to the road here so I can show you that bread place. Hey, you got Christmas tree up already. That's funny. Usually at night this place will be packed. There'll be a line out here trying to get, trying to buy their bread. It's still 20 baht too. Interesting. They got all different kinds. Now they used to have the ovens right back in there where you could watch them pull it out of the oven. Hair salon. Traffic is starting to pick up now. Looks like we'll make it down to Chiang Mai Gate, and that will be an excellent place to start the next video from. If you at night, if you get hungry and you come to Chiang Mai Gate, you'll find all kinds of different foods, and it's all good. You'll just have to fight the crowds, that's all. But that, you know, that's half the fun of coming here. And now is a good time to come to Chiang Mai. You know, we haven't had a great influx of tourism. There's some people here, but there's not a lot. It's not crowded, and the prices are reasonable for hotels and everything else that you want. It's very reasonable right now. So it is a good time to come. Well, we'll get up here and cross the street and get on the other side. Now up here is Highway 107, which runs north past the bus terminal. There's some really cool places to walk up there. I found a little area in there that was just, it was really fun. A lot of artwork on these walls here too. And you're safe walking any place around here. Nobody's going to bother you. You don't have to worry about getting robbed or beat up or anything like that. I'd watch out for soy dogs, but you know, there are not that many here. You know, there's a whole lot more in other places of Thailand than there are here. They've done a pretty good job of, you know, controlling them. This might take me a little while. Yeah, we'll get out in the crosswalk. Maybe they'll stop, maybe they won't. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and leave me some comments. Tell me what you think. And like I said, I'll leave the links to all the articles that I read in the description, along with a link to that temple. And, you know, it's a sad story. Stuff like that shouldn't happen. But it doesn't. It doesn't only happen here in Thailand. It happens all around the world. It happened in the United States, and it happens in just about every country. But whenever it does, it's sad. But anyway, I appreciate y'all stopping in, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye. See, they're floating the water from the other side now.